In this video, I'm going to be talking about the note-taking system that will help you learn faster and more effectively. It is called Zettelkasten. We're going to learn what it is, how it works, and why it works so well. Have you ever felt that you have spent so much time in life learning so many things and ended up forgetting almost all of it? Maybe you spent years in a college, going to classes and reading textbooks. Or you have read so many interesting books that you have found insightful at the time. But in the end, every bit of vibrant piece of information just faded away in the background. You wasted so much time and money to learn, but in the end, most of them has gone. To understand why this happens, we have to understand how our brains learn. Basically, a brain is like a circuit board with neurons and electrical wires connecting each neuron together. A brain learns something when a particular pattern in the circuit board gets fired again and again. This pattern is called a neural pathway. And the stronger a neural pathway gets, the more your brain learns. The problem with the typical learning method is that naturally it doesn't help strengthen the neural pathways because once we learn something, we rarely look back at the material again. We ended up forgetting almost everything we have learned. And that's where Zettelkasten comes in. Zettel means card in German and Kasten means wooden box. So Zettelkasten literally means wooden box of cards. Zettelkasten is invented by Luhmann, one of the most prolific scholars in the history. He wrote his notes on pieces of cards and stored them in wooden boxes. And that's why this method is called Zettelkasten. Luhmann had two kastens. The first one to store information about what he read, and the second one to store insights he got from reviewing the material from the first box. On a card in this box, he wrote what's called literature notes, which are the notes he took while reading his material. These notes are very selective and brief. These notes are about the things he didn't want to forget or he found resonating with him. On the other side, he wrote down the reference note, which is the information about the material he read, such as the name of the book or its author. At the end of each day, Luhmann reviewed the literature notes and asked himself how these pieces of information are relevant to the ideas and the projects that he was developing. Then, he would write down his insights on another card, and this is called a permanent note. And here's the highlight of this method. Each note has its own unique identifier. And if one note is related to one or more notes, Luhmann would put related IDs on a card as well. This really helps strengthen the neural pathways because it creates more hooks in your brain to trigger these pathways again and again. What I have just explained is the overview of the Zettelkasten method. But actually, after I've been trying this method for a couple of months now, I felt like the secret is not the way that you take notes, but it's the holistic approach Luhmann took to learning something new. I would like to share some key takeaways with you today so that you can apply it for your own learning. Firstly, Zettelkasten method encourages you to read a lot so that you have enough material to produce permanent notes. More importantly, it encourages you to write a lot as well. And this is great for triggering the neural pathways. Richard Feynman, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist, once said that writing is not the record of his thinking, but it is the method he used to think. When I worked at Amazon, actually this concept was emphasized a lot. When Amazon wants to launch something, we have to write a piece of narrative to clarify the thinking and also to help explaining the concept to other people as well. And lastly, this method embedded reviewing past learning in everyday routine. Luhmann actually said that writing is not the part that took time the most for him, but the process of sorting the notes and trying to connecting notes together is the most time-consuming. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope I inspired you to learn more about this topic. This is such a simple topic yet has so much detail, so I would encourage you to use the links down below to find more information. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. And in the next video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can apply this method to your own learning. So stay tuned.